Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about a subject that I love, which is foundations. I absolutely love foundations, and I think that I am sure that they can change your complete makeup look, because if you're wearing the wrong foundation, your makeup is not gonna look good. Even if you have the most perfect foundation routine, if your foundation is not right, I'm so sorry, but it's not gonna be good. In photos, it's not gonna maybe last all day long. So for me, foundations, I look at many different things about a foundation. So I always look for brands that have a big range of colors so that I can find not just my right shade, but my right undertone. And I look for a foundation that will go well with my skin type, which is combination, a foundation that will last all day long if it's matte finish or not, a foundation that won't clog my pores, that won't give me acne, that it's matte finish, good coverage, but not too heavy. So there's many things that I look for on a foundation, and that's why I did this video today, because I have been using different foundations lately, and the last video that I did on my top 5 foundations was a long time ago, and they have changed because I'm constantly changing products, and I have found foundations that are really working for my skin, and that's why I decided to share with you guys. And when I put them together, I was like, what are my top 5 foundations today? So I put them together and I noticed that they are all matte finish. I know summer just ended and I end up using more matte finish foundations during summer, but I travel a lot as well, and I'm constantly changing seasons when I'm traveling, right? Maybe I'm in the US and it's summertime, but I'll go to Brazil where it's winter time, and I noticed that I still have kept these matte finish foundations wherever I go. So that's why I decided to do this video on my top 5 matte finish foundations that you will love, I am sure. Why do I love matte finish foundations, and why did I get so addicted to it? First of all, matte finish foundations, they last longer on your skin, way more than glowy finish foundations or regular foundations. Because they're matte finish, and so because they're matte finish, they have a more long-lasting effect to it, which is amazing. But a lot of people say, I don't like matte finish foundations because they are too dry on my skin, and maybe they'll crease or this and that, it looks heavy. And yes, I understand you guys, and I found a trick that really works when my skin is dry or when I'm at a place that's super dry. I just use a luminizer, a strobing cream, a highlighting cream under my foundation, so that it still gives me that glow, that still will give me that glow on these matte finish foundations, but my makeup will last all day long. So the big trick when wearing a matte finish foundation, if it's not super hot outside and you feel that your skin will be dry, just use a strobing cream or a highlighting primer that will make your skin beautiful, glowy with that matte finish foundation. Do you understand? I hope so. With all of these foundations that I'm going to show you today, I have been using the strobe cream, which is like an illuminating cream from MAC, and I use other ones too. There's many brands that I like, but this one has been like my go-to. I always bring with me to travel, so like fashion weeks all over the world, I bring this with me because it works with all different foundations, okay? So that's the trick. When you use a matte finish foundation, just try to use a strobing cream. If your skin is super oily, you don't need to, but if you have combination or dry skin, always use a strobing under your foundation. So you do that and then a foundation on top, okay? So I'm talking too much. Let's get started with these foundations. So I'm gonna start showing you these foundations, and I'm gonna go by categories. So first I'm gonna show you 2 foundations that are very similar, and I love them because they are matte finish, great coverage. It will cover everything, but it still feels lightweight on my skin. It doesn't feel too heavy. It's a foundation that I can literally put my makeup on 8 in the morning, and at midnight my makeup still looks amazing. Of course, I'll just touch up concealer and stuff like that, maybe blush, but the foundation itself stays and like impeccable. But the foundation itself stays impeccable, and it's my go-to for events, when I have a wedding, when I have fashion week days. That's all I put on, these 2 foundations that I'm gonna show you right now. So if you have seen my latest videos, you know that I'm loving these, and they are very similar. So first one is the Este Lauder Double Wear. It's the Stay in Place makeup, and yes, it does stay in place. You guys, I'm like when I first tried, I know this foundation is super famous. A lot of people have talked about it before, but I've tried it for the first time a few months ago. And since I tried it, I haven't stopped using it. Like, it's been my go-to event foundation because it doesn't come off. It stays beautifully on. Don't mind my skin today. I'm using it right now, this one. But I did have an allergic reaction yesterday. I think it was from a product that I used. So my skin is filled with little bumps, like red bumps. You can't see it now because I have foundation. But the texture of my skin is not the best right now. But this has been amazing. Super photogenic. This on photos, it's like you're flawless. So I have been loving this. And my color is 3W2 for summer and 2W2 for winter, which is a bit lighter. And as you can tell, I don't know if you can see I can see the line here. I'm almost going through it already. Definitely I would say this is definitely a #1 this past like few months. It's the one I've been wearing the most, the Este Lauder Double Wear, okay? Amazing, amazing, amazing. You will love this if you want coverage, if you want long lasting, for parties, events, and stuff like that. Maybe it's not gonna be your everyday makeup, your everyday foundation, but I'll go through other ones that can be your everyday because it's more lightweight and still will give you a similar effect. But this can be like your go-to. I feel like every woman needs at least 2 foundations, one for day, one for night. And this one and the next one that I'm gonna show you are great options for your night or events or long days that you need to look amazing and impeccable, okay? So #1 was Double Wear by Este Lauder. I'm gonna leave the list for you guys with links down below, okay? So second one is Lancome's Teint Idole Ultra Wear. This one does have sunscreen SPF 15 and it says it lasts up to 24 hours, color wear and comfort, transfer resistant. Yes. Again, very similar to the Este Lauder one, but this Lancome one has SPF, which is a good difference between the Este Lauder. And it does not give you flashback. Like, you know how some foundations have SPF and you take photos with flash and it just makes you super white? This Lancome one doesn't do that to me, which is great. And I started using this one after the Este Lauder, but I found that it has really a very, very similar effect. And it's an amazing foundation because it gives you coverage, long lasting. It is also lightweight on the skin, especially if you apply it with a beauty blender. And it's a foundation that you can definitely wear during the day as well. Okay, so this is amazing. I'm not gonna keep saying the same things because I said it with this one, but the difference between them is that this has SPF. And this is my more winter color, which is 380 Biscuit W, okay? Which is a more yellow undertone. I have my other one, I couldn't find it. I think I packed it because my luggage is packed for the next trip. But this is my winter color, okay? And by the way, my mom wears this foundation and she does have more, you know, wrinkles and stuff like that. And this does not bother her. She just uses a strobing cream before to give that glow effect and not be so dry, okay? Next foundations, they are different from these that I'm just showed you. I have a Dior, I have a CoverGirl, which is drugstore, and I have a Givenchy. So I'm gonna move on to Dior, the Backstage foundation. My color is 3W0. This foundation, you probably have seen a lot of people talk about it because they launched recently, kind of recently, but I've been wearing it for a long time because right when they launched, they sent it to me and I tried it. G, my sister-in-law that works with me, she tried it before me and she was like, Camila, this is a great foundation, I love it. And I was like, why? Why do you love it? And what she told me was that I love it because it's matte finish, it's lightweight on the skin, and I told her, but does it cover? She's like, yes, it gives you a lot of coverage. So then I tried it and I agree with her. It is a very, 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 very lightweight foundation. It's the foundation that I think you guys will want to wear on your everyday because it feels like you have nothing on, really. But it gives you still coverage, but very natural coverage. Like, I'm very picky with coverage and it does cover everything that I want to cover. And of course I need concealer still, but everything else on my skin, it covers beautifully and it's matte finish, so it lasts all day long. It's very matte finish. So it's a great foundation, I would say, for your everyday, to go to work where you want to look natural, or in even events during the day, lunch with friends or with a boyfriend, or a date where you want to look beautiful but natural. And it does make total sense because it's a foundation that Dior uses on models for their shows and stuff like that. It's an amazing foundation, and the packaging is like this rubber, very practical to apply. And I'll just apply here so you can see the consistency. It blends like super easily. It almost feels, when you're applying it, it feels like it's not gonna be matte finish because it blends very well and like easily. But then once you apply it, you see that it starts getting dry. It becomes matte finish. I really love this, especially for during the day. I wear it a lot when, you know, I just have to run out, or even events during the day when I don't need to be like super done up. And natural. Even like for the gym, I wear this, you guys. It's really amazing. So Dior Backstage foundation, and I love that they have a huge range of colors. Also for Este, Lauder, and Lancome, but Dior didn't used to have a big range of colors, which used to upset me because a lot of people couldn't get their right colors. I had my right color, but a lot of people didn't. And now they have a huge range of colors, which is amazing, okay? Lancome as well came out with more colors on this foundation, which is great. Okay, next one, Givenchy Matte Semi Velvet. You have seen me wear this as well in videos. It has probably been on my top favorites. I've been wearing this for a long time, maybe 2 years. It is also a beautiful foundation that you will want to wear during the day or night because it's very liquidy. The consistency is very natural. It doesn't feel like you have anything on, literally. It looks beautiful on. It is matte finish, but it's that matte finish that doesn't look matte in a way. That's why I love this foundation, because it still gives you a glow. It's so beautiful, this foundation. And I would definitely do this a lot for during the day. Also night, but night you can do more coverage with like concealer and your contour. But this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful foundation. The first time I tried it, I was in Paris, and I remember I had the wrong color, and I was like, I definitely need the right color on this. The only down point with the Givenchy Matte Semi Velvet is that they don't have such a large range of colors, so you might not be able to find your right color. I have 2 colors from them, which is 6 and 5. One is honey, one is gold. And I end up mixing them all the time because I feel for summer 6 is perfect for me, but for winter I need to mix both. I think that number 5 is a bit distant from number 6. So winter time I mix both, and summertime I just use number 6 by itself because it's a bit darker. That's the only like down point of this one. You might not be able to find your right color. So what I suggest is that if you want to try this foundation, go to like Sephora, get a sample, or try the color on yourself first before getting it online. The color range is not so big and you might buy the wrong color there. Just a heads up, okay? And this one does have SPF 20, so it's perfect for during the day as well, okay? Very lightweight, beautiful on, easy to blend, and it gives you a matte glowy finish in a way. All of the other ones are matte that I just talked about, but this one it's matte, it will last long, but it gives you at the end, you know, after a few hours, a glow finish to it without doing the glowy strobe cream before. So Matte Semi Velvet from Givenchy. I know a lot of people who are obsessed with this foundation. It's really amazing. Last one is a drugstore one that CoverGirl sent me. They sent me a bunch of colors and I was like, I'll try it, but I don't think it's gonna work for my skin because I have to be real with you guys. I do usually get breakouts. My skin is sensitive and I get breakouts with drugstore foundations, most of them that I have tried. So I'm usually really scared of trying products, like trying foundation skin products that are drugstore. And so they sent it to me and I heard it was really amazing. So I tried it on my skin. I even did like, at the time I did stories for you guys using it. I was really impressed with the coverage, the finish of this foundation. And then next day I was like, oh my gosh. When I took it off, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get acne. I hope I don't get like a reaction because it is a drugstore foundation. And not because, you guys, drugstore foundations are cheaper. It's just, I do get a reaction. I wish I could just do drugstore foundations all the time, but there are many amazing ones, but they do end up giving me a breakout. So this one did not give me a breakout, which was amazing, and I loved the finish of this. It's matte finish. It's called CoverGirl True Blend. My color is T15 and for summer. And it's a 12-hour matte foundation, and it's transfer resistant. Yes, and again, it's a bit like the Givenchy one because it's matte finish. It will give you a bit of a glow after, but it feels a bit heavier than the Givenchy one. The Givenchy one is definitely thinner texture, which feels more natural on the skin. This one feels a bit heavier than that one, but it doesn't feel heavy. I hate foundations that feel heavy, like you're wearing like, ugh, so much makeup and it feels heavy on your skin. If you want, if you don't want to spend a lot of money on foundations, if you're looking for a foundation that will last all day long, beautiful on the skin, you should try this one from CoverGirl. You can be like your day foundation and then you invest a little bit more of money on a luxury one for like night outs or special events, you know? So yeah, CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made, okay? And it does come with a pump, which is very helpful. All right, this foundation from Este Lauder, the down point of this is that it doesn't come with a pump. You have to buy the pump. So it comes like that and it's not very practical, but I just bought the pump and I changed them around with foundations, okay? So yeah, these are my top 5 foundations that I've been loving now. Foundations that like if I'm traveling, if I'm going anywhere, I always bring 2 foundations when I travel. So I just bring 2 of these. Usually I am bringing like one that works more for the day and one for the night. One that's like lighter coverage and one that's higher coverage. And if you guys have tried them as well, let me know what you thought about them down below. What's your favorite foundation? I would love to know as well so that I can give it a try. I receive so many products at home and sometimes I get like overwhelmed with so much product. I don't know which one to try because I don't have time to try all of these products because I'm always away. And so I love when I get feedback from people, like real people, you know, like my G that works with me, she always gives me feedback, my friends, and I would love to know from you guys as well, what's your favorite foundation of the moment and why? Let me know in the comments, please. So yeah, I hope you like this little review. I didn't try them on and it's hard to show you guys on, but if you want to review on just one of them, let me know as well in the comments and I can just do one full video reviewing it, showing the before and after a few hours, how it looks on the skin and stuff like that. So hope you liked the video. If you did, please rate it positively. The lipstick that I'm wearing now, the tutorial on this makeup should be up on my channel already. If you haven't watched it, go check it out now. And the lipstick that I'm wearing is the one that I created with Lancome, which is Carioca Summer. It's one of the 10 colors that I created. It's available at Sephora, in stores and online if you want to get it. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I know I've said this a bunch of times, but yeah, stay beautiful, stay kind, stay positive, and have an amazing week, you guys. Mwah.